Hi everyone and welcome along to vlog 57. Now then, I'm having to re-record this because today's Friday and I was just checking some of the clips that I've made throughout the week and they're not there. I don't know what's happened. I think I've had an issue somewhere along the line with OneDrive or uploading from the phone. I don't really know, but I can't find any of the clips. So I'm hoping that this one works. I've just tested it and it did work. I don't know what I've done, but it is a shame because there were a couple of interesting orders that came in through the week that I did actually record. One of them, I sold a really old Lego camera, a sort of small blue digital camera with a really long USB lead on it. I've had it for ages, absolutely ages. It's been sat in one of my drawers, and someone has come along and purchased it, which has freed up a load of room, which was great. So I did film that, but like I say, unfortunately I've lost the clips. The rest of the week's been pretty standard, to be quite honest. It's been busy on the orders. We've started off November really well, so I'm pleased about that. And we've just been doing loads of uploading. I really have got stuck into those really useful drawers. There's still loads to go from the Brick Arena purchase, but I just got stuck in and got through quite a few parts. Not so many lots, but lots of parts have been added. And I even moved up the sort of leaderboard. It's not a leaderboard, but you know what I mean. I even moved up that a little bit. So that's good as well. So today's Friday, like I said, and actually, no, it's not. See, here's me re-recording. It's only Thursday. Why? Do you know why I'm thinking Friday? I'm thinking Friday because I wanted to talk to you guys about New Set Friday. Now, last week for New Set Friday, we did the UCS Star Destroyer, and tomorrow, on Friday, we're going to be releasing our latest new set, which I'm just about to go and unbox. It's arrived this afternoon, so I'm going to go unbox it now and get it ready for New Set Friday. And that's why I thought it was Friday at the beginning of this clip. Obviously it's not. It is only Thursday afternoon. Late Thursday afternoon, I should say. So, let me crack on with that and I will show you what the set is. Okay, so here's the box. Now it's come from direct from Lego. So the boxes are these kind of like pull strips that you've got to pull off to basically get in the box. So I've already opened those up because I definitely can't do this one-handed, but I've not looked inside just yet, even though I know. It feels like ages since I've done an unboxing video, but here we go. So straight away on the top you can see the gift with purchases, which gives the game away. But there we go. Get rid of the light. So there's the Goonies Walsh's Attic gift with purchase, and you know the only set that you get that with. And of course the Disney classic animation scenes, the old sort of vintage telly. Right, now then, this might be a bit tricky one-handed. I don't think I can do it because that box will be sealed. Let me just pause for a second. Okay, there you go. So got it out the outer box, and I've just cut the seals off this box. Now hopefully, if all goes to plan, this should just open up. There we go. Now this was suggested by customers that use East Midlands LEGO Hire, and of course as soon as I saw it being released I thought, yeah, I'm all over that. A great film from my childhood, so I kind of instantly knew that this was definitely going to be a set that we get for East Midlands LEGO Hire. Now I won't get to build this. I don't build any of the sets that we get. I think my view is I will probably build these later on in life when I retire the service. But for now, we need to get this unboxed get all the bags out and get it rebagged into our plastic bags, ready for hire and ready for it to go out tomorrow. So that's the next step. Okay, so there you go. That's all the bags now emptied out of the paper bags into our plastic bags. We have to do it that way because obviously the set is going to be built and reverse bagged and built and reverse bagged and so on, hopefully for quite a while. So the bags have got to be durable. We know we don't want them to break, so we have to get rid of the paper ones for that. Now the other thing we always do on a new set is we chuck in 2 empty bags, one for the minifigures and one for the spare parts. The first hirer will build up the minifigures. The parts are obviously all in the individual bags, but at the end they'll return them fully made up in that bag, and of course they'll also be left with a load of spare parts, so that goes in that bag. So the only other thing to add is the larger pieces that always come separately. That's that. And I don't know if you saw from the time lapse, these are the instructions, and inside is another bag now with the sales in, and we've got the stickers. And again, the first customer gets to put the stickers on, so we'll put that in there. I will neaten that up. It's just a bit easier with 2 hands. We'll stick the final stickers on the box, and this set is ready for New Set Friday tomorrow. Good afternoon, it is Friday. Now it's currently 12:44 in the afternoon. I'm just about to do the post for New Set Friday. Here it is in front of me. It's all about the Goonies, obviously. And there's my little Canva image. So we're just about to go live with this. Now normally what happens when we go live is we have a regular customer that always picks up New Set Friday pretty much as soon as we post. And we're going to see how long it takes for that customer to request the booking. Totally outside of my control. It is a first come, first served basis when we do New Set Friday. I know historically in the past, when we first started doing this, it would take a few hours, maybe even a day for someone to hire out the set. But just recently, it's literally been within minutes, even seconds. So without further ado, let's do this. Let's post this to the East Midlands LEGO Hire Facebook group, and we'll see how long it takes. Right, what else have I been up to? Carrying on with the stock uploads, the really useful drawers, and I came across this one. And this one was a little bit of a sort of soul destroyer, to be quite honest, because it's obviously full, and it's full of these things. Now at first I kind of thought, what on earth are these? And it turns out they're from the video range. They're the containers that the set came in. Now these are all brand new. I have a vague recollection that Keith did buy a whole load of them. I can't remember if we got a really good deal from like a supermarket or something when they were trying to clear them. But I've had a look on BrickMetrics, and the sell-through rates are they're appalling. There are lots for sale. In fact, I think somebody probably bought 2 of each colour in the last month. Was it? Or was it might have been September. And that's been it. So it makes me think, is there any point just adding these into the store and taking up an entire really useful drawer? Or whether I actually put them in my rejects, and then, you know, they'll filter through that system. We do sell our rejects on eBay, just as sort of bulk Lego. I won't throw them all in at once, obviously, because I think someone would be quite disappointed if they got all of these in a bulk set. But maybe if I just chuck in a few here and there, when we sell them, we'll eventually get rid of them. I think the thought process that's happening right now is that obviously that's a full drawer. I can fit so much other stuff in that drawer that actually would be worthwhile having in my store, if that makes sense. So, question to you guys, what would you do? Would you get rid, or would you just simply add them to your store as extra stock and try and flog them? Let me know. Let me know. I'm just going to check notifications. We've not had a notification just yet. I don't want to show you my screen because it's my... Oh, no, we have had it. We had it. So there was no... I was expecting my PC to sort of ping when the message came through, but it hasn't. And I think obviously because I'm using the phone right now for this video, it hasn't come up on my phone. But we've had the message. So that was timed. Yeah, it took 3 minutes. Wow. Okay, well that's the Goonies booked for a couple of weeks. Okay, which is great. So I've got to get that set ready for later on this afternoon and do the paperwork. Now then, what else have I got? This is the latest brick store file that I'm working on. Now these are the used drawers that are still here in the store. Let me show you those. So if you remember, quite a few months ago when we built this section, I wanted to get the Rayco drawer units actually in situ. So I had to put these in, even though the stock is still part of the Brick Arena brick store file, so it hasn't been added in. And as you can see down here with my new labeling system, this is stock that I've added, so that's in the store now. This one's completely empty, all the drawers are turned around, and here's where I'm working through. Now of course when I add the stock into my store, obviously some of these parts I might already have, so they get consolidated over on this side. This is my used wall, and this is all used. And if there's not enough room, or I need to add it into a new location, then I'm using the existing locations over here, all these new ones over here, and around this corner, sort of filling up the empty spaces down here. This one's nearly full. We've not even started on that one. So as you can see, I come right back, we've still got a bit of capacity. The consolidating works really well, obviously, and that frees up a lot of space. But I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, well, 5.5 on this side to do, and I've still got 2 on this side. So it's these, I'm pointing at them, but you can't see. These bottom 2 over here still to do, which is why I'm getting away with having all those cups there. All those cups are there because I've got lots of part outs to do from loads of stock that's upstairs that we're gradually bringing down. We do a big part out, add it to the store, and then the little cups go back there. But once we've sort of finished that job, we're going to rethink the parting out strategy, and it means I can move those cups back into sort of storage and get them off my desk. They are a little bit in my way when it comes to, this is the picking area, so they are a little bit in the way, and I could do with them being moved. Okay, so that's what's going on at the moment. It is Friday, so I don't want to work all day today. So I will probably, like I said, get the paperwork sorted out for the Goonies, and finish off this brick store file, and then yeah, maybe that will be it for the day. We'll see. Weekend, well, my wife's away for most of Saturday, So I'll be definitely having a Lego day during the day. Plenty more stuff to get sorted out. Right, well I better get cracking. Good morning and welcome along to Saturday morning. Now I'm just packing up the orders, and I've got this order here for these two pretty large tyres, and I just thought I'd share a tip for how we present these before we pack them up. And what I mean by that is these tyres are notorious for just gathering a little bit of dust. Even though they're in a drawer, these have been in there for quite a while, and there's just this sort of very fine bit of dust on them, and I don't really know if you can see any of it. It's probably too hard to tell. But rather than packing them up as they are like that, I use this old trick. Bit of sellotape wrapped around your fingers, and we just dab the tyre just to remove any of that really fine dust. Okay, there's a bit in there, let's just get that. There we go. And I just think it's better when the customer receives this that it is all nice and clean and free from dust. And it's a really quick and simple way of doing it. I've done this one already. There you go. And it works on any tyre. I'm not suggesting this that you do this on the smaller tyres. When you've sold 100, you'd be here all day. But certainly on these larger tyres where, it's a few seconds just to go round and give it a clean up. And it's just a little bit of sellotape. There you go. A superBRICKS tip for you. So it's a little bit later on Saturday afternoon. It's already going dark outside, and I think I'm about finished for the day. Now, the rest of the morning, this morning, we spent clearing up and cleaning the room. So got all the floor sorted. The floor was getting in a bit of a mess, as it would, with all the packing that goes on in here. So we gave it a bit of a clean, bit of a dust, and I kind of realised that these boxes that I've had stacked up next to me are just in the way. And to create a little bit more space in here, I really do need to get rid of them. However, they contain so much minifigure stuff. It's untrue. But I did decide that I was going to start going through one of the boxes. Now, this box contains part minifigures. There are torsos, legs, heads, all sorts of stuff. But they're all sort of part complete. There's something wrong with every single one. There'll be a head missing, a leg's missing. You get the picture. And what I decided to do was check them and see if I've got the other part to it. And if I haven't, break it down and just add it to the store as minifigure parts. Because I just need to get through the boxes and the boxes and the boxes so that I get this area clear. So that's what I've been doing this afternoon, and this is what I've managed to do. It doesn't look a lot, does it? It's nearly 100 lots. I haven't worked out the value just yet, but there's 107 items, 97 lots, and that is it. This is going to be a very slow process. You can see I've got all my spares out. I've been swapping arms and adding hands to torsos. I've been sort of making a pile of the plain legs because it's pretty easier to do those as a sort of bulk lot rather than just uploading individual colours. The printed legs have obviously been done. It's going to take a bit of time, but I think there's going to be some really good value in there. So tomorrow when I finish this file, I'll probably just film me having a updating the Brickstore file so we can see the values and everything. But this is going to take me a while, I think. It was also nice, do you know what? It was nice to do it. A bit of a break from the sort of normal uploading that we have been doing this week. So that made a nice change. Now, the other thing I did was on this side of the room. I've always had these 3 boxes here. And the top one is actually a box of sort of overstock. It does end up upstairs. I think it's, where is it? Yeah, this is box number 23. So they're upstairs. There's 22 other boxes of this overstock, but it's only half full. So I use it, and when it's full, it goes upstairs. The bottom 2 boxes are full of instructions, and I created the brick store file for those back when the store was suspended, when was that? Back in, was it July? I can't really remember. Yes, it was just before the summer holiday. So yeah, back in July. And I never finished it off, and they've been sat here ever since. And again, I was thinking, I just need to get them out of the way to create a bit more space. It's always a bit awkward when I have to pull out either the drawers over here or those sort of containers over there. And they're really heavy. So that was my first task this morning. I went through the brick store file that I'd created, double checked everything, got the location all sorted, got them consolidated, because some of the instructions in there I did actually have in stock already. So did all of that and got the brick store files uploaded. So that's all now in stock, and I'm hoping that we can actually start getting through some of those and get them sold and get those 2 boxes out of here, which would be great. So there you go. My office is now looking a complete mess yet again, but it will tidy up pretty quickly, because these will just get stacked up again on the floor here, and all of these sort of minifigure bits will just go back in my sorting box just there, and all will be good. Right, well, like I said, I'm going to finish for the day now. It is 5 o'clock on a Saturday, and I will do a little bit more tomorrow. Well, good morning. It is Sunday, and that's nice to wake up to. 10 orders, 7 on BrickLink, 3 on BrickOwl. Total value £61.95 excluding delivery, but 143 lots to pick. So I like to get the orders done on a Sunday, ready for Monday morning, because simply there isn't enough time on a Monday morning. But that means I'm going to have to put away all of this other stuff and stop doing the minifigure upload that I was doing yesterday, which means we're going to end at the 97 lots that I showed you. Let's just see what the value is on Brickstore. Let's just highlight those all. So we're going for last 6 months sales and the average, and this will give us a rough price. So there you go, £80. Yeah, I suppose that's all right. There's only 97 lots at the end of the day. We'll see if that changes when I put it through Brickmetrics. That might increase or even decrease the price, who knows. But that's probably a job for tomorrow now. I don't think I'll get to that today. It shouldn't take too long to tidy all this up, but then I've got to pick the orders, and I've got to produce this vlog, which should be coming out later on tonight, if all goes well. So if you've made it this far in the video, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you all next week.